Hello, entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year that's tied to your 25-year vision and 5 year moonshot. I do it through weekly sprints and 90-day leaps. This is the Pioneers Academy podcast, and I'm on a mission to make a million pioneers. And I thought this podcast channel will help you achieve your 3 year goal and jump to the next level. I'm going to be showing lots of training and lots of great episodes, so join on this podcast and get all the training and resources you need to achieve your 3 year goal in 1 year and make yourself a pioneer. I wrote 13 books, Becoming a Pioneer, and you can get all those 13 books on Amazon. We're going to give away to every listener who listens on this podcast a $100 Amazon gift card so you can get all the books and learn how to become a pioneer.
Welcome back to the Pioneers Academy podcast. I'm April, and today we're diving into structured educational campaigns, the smarter way to grow by teaching, guiding, and positioning yourself as the trusted expert. And joining us is the creator of the Pioneers book series and the 1 year breakthrough system, none other than Bimal Shah. Hi, Bimal. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, everyone, April, for having me here. I'm really excited about today's topic, something that is the base foundation of getting customers to stay as raving fans and stay as long-term customers, and that is educational campaigns. People look to get educated. So really excited about today's topic.
Exactly, Bimal. This is really something interesting today. So, Bimal, without further ado, let's talk about the structured educational campaigns. What exactly do you mean by this, and why are these so much more powerful than random one-off marketing blast?
So the one-off marketing blasts are like, okay, I have a discount, I have a coupon, I have this, we have a special, we have that. That has become so common, and people, wait for the lowest special when they can, or they don't never get attracted to it. Yeah, but the educational campaign is something you position yourself as the only one, as the only expert that people, dive into and they want to connect with you. So people, as I mentioned earlier, we live in an information age, and what people are looking today is not information, but insights. And insights can be provided not just by providing and giving information, but providing proper structure that can be a combination of information plus human expertise. So it's not just AI. You can use AI, but you need to add the human component to it too that makes you insightful and say, okay, this is something that is very interesting and insightful that I need to, learn and get educated and get and then provides great insight, provide great direction, provides capabilities, things, structure. So when you do this, people want to learn more and more. And then you provide consistent education, you provide consistent stories, you provide consistent things. And when you do that, you become the trusted expert. And you become the one that they go to, and they want to learn more, they want to discover more. And eventually, and the people think of, that you need to make marketing, you need to make money now, but the long term money comes from, people who have become your raving fans, and they want to get educated, and they're very very attracted to your insights. So the long term conversion of your prospects comes, over a period of time. So for example, your immediate, let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say you send 1,000, you have 1,000 prospects, and you send an email or you send a campaign. The first off conversion was 1%. And then you keep trying the same strategy for your one-off blast. And then pretty soon you feel like in 3 months the list is dried up because the responses are going down instead of going up. Now, if you think about educational campaigns, your response rate will actually, they may, because you're not asking to buy, you're not asking to sell, you're not doing this one-off promotions or things like that. You're becoming the expert. You're providing insight. People are going to ask you questions. You're going to reply back. It's like you're going on a date with them and you're building these relationships. So relationships make money, and those one-off marketing are focused on transactions. So when you're building this educational structured campaigns, you're actually building a great relationship with the people you send it to. And then they become long-term customers and they become repeat customers and they become customers who buy more from you rather than buy those one-off things.
That's such a great breakdown, Limal. It really shows that businesses don't really need more noise. They need a system that teaches, nurtures, and will and eventually builds trust step by step. So, thank you. It will really create a total different experience for the prospect. Um, th- Using the structured educational campaigns and the tools you're offering. Thank you about that. Now, what are the core building blocks of a structured educational campaign? Things like sequence, timing, channels, or calls to action that every entrepreneur should include.
So the first core building block is one story. Stick to one point. You can, if you're going to send different messages every single time and it's going to be about different things, then you can lose the prospect because, they don't clearly understand you and they feel that you don't clearly understand them. So, but let's say, and I'll give you a simple example. Let's say, you do business valuations. Okay. And that's one of the things that you do. Okay. And then you find a segment of people who are interested in business valuations. And then your entire sequence of education is about business valuations. Every single campaign, every single email, every single thing that you send is about that. And it talks about different aspects of it and what are the pitfalls of the ones that are cheap, or this and that. And you keep on educating person on that single aspect. And then the person and the segmentation is very key because, without segmentation, you're talking to the wrong people. So when you do the segmentation, you're talking to the people about this one point, and you have videos, you have examples, you have stories, you have many different things that you talk about, but it's only about this one thing. So that is the core building block is the one thing, the sequence, and education that provides great insights. And when you focus on these three things in all of these emails, you should have a super signature with a call to action. So in every email, whenever that prospect is ready, there should be a call to action. So whenever they're ready to take the next step, boom, here's the next step. So that those are the core building blocks.
That's so helpful, Bimal, and thank you for laying out those pieces. It really makes easier to understand now how all the components fit together. Thank you. Now, how can business owners use a marketing scorecard to evaluate whether their educational campaigns are actually moving prospect from awareness to interest and eventually to becoming qualified opportunities?
So when you use the scorecard, the scorecard is structured in a way where it asks you specific structures and specific units. So it's divided into three different units: before unit, during unit, after unit. And each unit is structured is to find out where the gaps are in your business. So when you click on the show notes below and you go through the scorecard, you can actually see, okay, even if you don't do anything, just using the scorecard will help you discover the gaps in your business, in your marketing. And it will also make you realize whether the marketing people you have hired or the marketing people that you are working with, are they really smart? Are they really, geniuses that you have? Or, people that you're paying a lot of money that don't do anything. So, because almost 85 to 95, 90% of the people who are in marketing out there, don't do such a great job at marketing. And this is a great way, the scorecard is a great way for you to realize that are you working with the right people, or do you have the right message, or do you have the right market? All of those things. And use that scorecard to, find out the gaps in your business.
Exactly, that makes so much sense, Bimal. Like measuring progress gives entrepreneurs the ability to adjust and improve, and like instead of wondering what's working and what's not. So it will really turns marketing into a data-driven system rather than a trial and error with this marketing scorecard. Thank you. Now, what are some examples of educational assets that will help position entrepreneurs as trusted advisors instead of pushy salespeople?
So some of the three core greatest examples I can give, of making you a trusted advisor instead of pushy salesperson. One, provide great educational videos or bullet points or things like that you can share when you go into email campaigns. Videos do really work. I'm a big proponent of videos, because people are into video. YouTube has had the most engagement. You can find a YouTube video for almost anything nowadays. And when you type in how to, and you will, there probably is a video for there. So videos do really work. Second is, when you're providing these insights, you want to provide it in a way where you can share a story. So for example, when you're sending these campaigns, make it a story. Make it about someone, as a real customer you had, and you share and you provide real stories, and people are interested in stories because those are real, and then you can share and so you can share some real stories of your clients, and that those work real. And then the third is, statistics don't lie. So if you have great stats and great information, great insights, great data to back up, what you have to offer, then that is something you want to share. That that these are things, that the reason why you're the best, reason why you're the only one, and what makes you the only one. So these are things, if you share as your core structure in your messages, and the marketing scorecard will actually help you build that. So if you click on the show notes below and go to the scorecard, you can actually structure it, and we can help you structure that as well.
That really shows how education shifts the dynamics, Bimal. Because when prospect learns something useful from you, they will see you differently, not just a seller, but as someone who genuinely understands their needs. So I got the point. Thank you so much, Bimal. Now, how can our entrepreneurs pair structured educational campaigns with incentives like bonuses, gift cards, or funded support to increase opt ins and engagements without discounting their value?
So, I always say gift card is better than discounting your value, because, if you really have a great value and a great product, you shouldn't discount your price. Because, it's like you're downgrading your product. But you offer a gift card. If you really have something of great value, for a gift to someone, and that gift speaks confidence. Hey, say, this is a gift from me. Try it out. I'm giving out $100 Amazon gift card. It's $100. I'm confident, that you will see value in what you have to say. And then once you see value, you will come back to me with a lot more. So the gift is a lot more value. And when they come in, and those, once they convert that gift, you can combine it with guides or bonuses and other things that then makes it even. So the more you give, the more you gain. It's as simple as that. Givers gain. And start with giving. Don't discount is not giving. And that myth that, hey, I'm giving a discount, no, discount is like you're stripping. So yeah, discount, you are downgrading yourself. So don't give discounts. But make sure you have the right price. So you should have your product or service at the proper and the right value. Meaning that if you're selling something for, let's just say, $1,000, it should create 5 grand or 10,000 of value for someone, or something that's priceless. That they will feel, okay, it's worth paying this $1,000, because it just does something for them that is priceless. So, that is something that you have to present more than, giving off the $200 to get that $1,000, or increasing your price to 1,200 and then giving off those $200. Those things don't work.
That's a powerful strategy, Bimal. Like you're enhancing the experience for the prospect while you protect the integrity of your pricing and positioning. Thank you. Now, in what ways can grants, external resources, or specialized tools will help small businesses fund or enhance these educational campaigns so they can compete like larger players?
So, I offer a lot of grants. If you scan the QR code or you go in the show notes below, there's links called Grants Now. And what I do is, my pitch is very simple: achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year and get your uncle to pay for it. So, if I can get a grant for you to scale your business to the next level, and my fees, of you working with me are covered through the grant, and I can train your people and your team and everybody else to help grow your business to the next level, that's even more valuable. So there are grants that are out there that do this. So you can get me, and you don't have to worry about how to pay me. So that's there are grants out there. Scan the QR code, fill in your details, and there are grants that you can get as well. That you can get money that for growing a business and all of those. There are resources, and we can help you get those too. So scan your QR code, answer a few questions, and you'll get an email of how much and what grant you can get and what's the next step.
That's such a game changer, Bimal, and thank you for introducing this to our listeners right now, because many small businesses don't realize that there are resources that can help them level the playing field. So, encouraging them to check on the show notes or even scan the QR, that will really a great help for them. Thank you. Now, for listeners who want to compress their 3-year goal in 1 year, how do you recommend they design, launch, and refine a simple first educational campaign they can later scale?
In the marketing scorecard and even any of the tools, I have a simple question that I ask that lays out and helps them build their 3-year vision, and then we can help get to your 3-year goal in 1 year. So go ahead and click the show note below, answer that question, write down your dream come true 3-year goal of where you want to be as specific as you want, as you can. Don't write just one-liners. I want to make $1 billion. Okay, well, how are you going to make a billion? What are you going to sell? You need to be specific. So think about, where you want to be in 3 years, really, where you want to be, frankly and honestly and transparently speaking, and discover that. So, the question I would say you answer in any of these show notes, or you click below, you can put, you can answer that question is there too. And you can also hear that question right now. If I was meeting you 3 years from today and I have this magic wand and I wave this magic wand, and I can magically make your imagine, instead of this background you see right now, it's just a plain white screen or background, and I magically, whatever picture you want to see magically comes true. What picture do you want to see? What vision do you see? What has to have happened during that 3-year period, looking back to today, to make you feel there's a meaningful transformation in your life, personally and professionally speaking? Answer that question. As simple as that. And then we'll take it from there and help you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year, and get even grants to pay for it. And there's books and resources. We give $100 Amazon gift card that you can use to get all the books.
Powerful starting point, Bimal, and it makes hitting big goals feel more realistic with that simple question of yours. Thank you. And also, that's great having access to deeper learning with your $100 Amazon gift card that you're giving to those who listens today. Thank you so much for that, and we will make sure that it will be on our show notes. Thank you so much, Bima.
Thank you very much. Grab that gift card and make yourself a pioneer. Hello, pioneers and entrepreneurs. My name is Bimal Shah. I'm on a mission to make pioneers out of entrepreneurs by helping you achieve your 3-year goal in 1 year that is tied to your 25-year vision and 5-year moonshot. I do it through 90-day leaps and weekly sprints, and through my own proprietary 4-leap system. I've also written 13 books, the Becoming a Pioneer series. I've founded the Pioneers Academy, the Pioneers Platform, and several resources that help you on several different platforms: the Thrive platform, Transform platform, and Transcend platform. So these are resources and tools that I built for you to double your business in a year and scale exponentially and become the only one in your business.